to another live stream. I feel like it has been a while since we've been live, and I know I say that every Friday night, but it really does feel like it's been forever. And I really think I want to start streaming more often because I feel like I just miss you guys. And I also feel as though everything, like every day, something else is happening. Like every day, there is something more shocking, more ridiculous, more demonic occurring in our lifetime. And there's just so many things I can comment about, right? Um, Now, today, we're going to be talking about voter ID. Uh, Listen, we're not going to be talking about it very long because I don't think it's much of a debate. In fact, there's a couple of things I want to talk about today that to me, I am not understanding how there's still discussions or debates around these topics, but here we are. Here we are. So I don't know. Um, we'll get to that. So anyway, before we get started, let's say our hellos. Hello, Rod K. Hello, Madison Rose. Hey guys, will you be my Valentine? Of course, Rod K. I'm yours forever. Thanks for being here. We're going to start tonight's stream off with, of course, a reading from the Daily Stoic. Okay. Today is currently the 13th, so the day before Valentine's Day. Let's get to the 13th. Oh, and this is interesting. Today's topic, or let's say today's title, um, is titled Pleasure Can Become Punishment. Kind of a long one, but we'll get through it together, okay? We'll get through it together. So, as a reminder, this is the Daily Stoic 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. So February 13th, pleasure can become punishment. And I quote, whenever you get an impression of some pleasure, as with any impression, guard yourself from being carried away by it. Let it await your action. Give yourself a pause. After that, bring to mind both times, first when you have enjoyed the pleasure, and later when you will regret it and hate yourself. Then, compare to those the joy and satisfaction you'd feel for abstaining altogether. However, if a seemingly appropriate time arises to act on it, don't be overcome by its comfort, pleasantness, and allure. But against all of this, how much better the consciousness of conquering it. This is by a quote from Epictetus from the book Enchiridion, chapter 34. So this is about self-control. The author gets into it now. He says self-control is a difficult thing, no question, which is why a popular trick from dieting might be helpful. Some diets allow a cheat day, 1 day per week in which dieters can eat anything and everything they want. Indeed, they're encouraged to write a list during the week of all the foods they craved so that they can enjoy them all at once as a treat. The thinking being that if you're eating healthy 6 out of 7 days, you're still ahead. At first, this sounds like a dream, but anyone who has actually done this knows the truth. Each cheat day, you eat yourself sick and hate yourself afterward. Soon enough, you're willingly abstaining from cheating at all because you don't need it and you definitely don't want it. It's not unlike a parent catching her child with cigarettes and forcing him to smoke the whole pack. It's important to connect the so called temptation with its actual effects. Once you understand that indulging might actually be worse than resisting, the urge begins to lose its appeal. In this way, self control becomes the real pleasure, and the temptation becomes the regret. I love that ending quote. self control becomes the real pleasure, and the temptation becomes the regret. I think it's so true. Very, very true. I think oftentimes, and I'm going to just speak for myself here when I say this, I've oftentimes deluded myself into thinking, oh my God, Cho, you deserve a treat. Or, oh my God, Cho, you're going to take a rest day. You're going to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, you can just play video games for 5 hours, tonight. You deserve it. It's a treat. And then oftentimes, more often than not, it ends up being regrettable, right? Because of the consequences of overindulging. Um, the whole idea and concept of cheat days are, you know, I agree with that. They're a little bit counterproductive. And even in the court of nutrition, you can gorge yourself to death on one day a week and be over your calorie limits for the whole week and thus not really achieve your goals of losing weight. So, even that, can be counterproductive, right? But anyway, I love that segment. Hopefully, you got a little bit of value from that. Let's break some comments and get on with tonight's stream. Hey, DJ, how are you? I know you've been going through it, DJ. I'm so sorry. You've been going through it. You've been having a lot going on. Um, hey, sir, what's going on? Hey, Mighty Mer. So here's something that's been bugging me. Why is there only one National Pizza Day but 52 Taco Tuesdays? 52 Taco Tuesdays? I mean, every Tuesday's Taco Tuesday. Maybe tacos are better than pizza. You ever thought about that, right? Maybe tacos are just better than pizza. Not my fat ass eating a piece of cheesecake during this segment. Well, is today your cheat day, sir? Listen, Ryan, are you talking about pizza or are you talking about female prostitutes? Which one? When you say pizza, are you talking about the Italian concoction with pepperoni, cheese, tomato, and bread? Or are you talking about female prostitutes? Which are you talking about? The food? Okay. You have to ask. You have to ask these days. You have to ask. You don't have a diet? Well, there you go, sir. Then you're in the clear. You're in the clear then. That segment wasn't even talking about. You're in the clear. I just told my daughter about your personal matcha sprinkler. Listen, I'm obsessed with matcha. I'm obsessed, DJ. I love my affiliates so much, by the way. They are so generous with me and so kind. Tone Balone Orchids. Orchids, listen, it is so like the cognitive dissonance that our entire American public is under right now is crazy. One day, we've just uncovered the fact that our, you know, elite class of American citizens and even internationals are the global elite. This is a global thing, by the way. I know it's kind of like an American situation, but the implications are global. But we just found out that our elite here in America are satanic, pedophilic child eaters. They eat children, or at the very least, they eat people, cannibals. Like we learned that on one day, and the next day we're arguing about whether the Super Bowl should be sung in like the Super Bowl halftime show should be sung in Spanish or English. The cognitive dissonance is just massive. It's just absolutely and then the next day, the third day, you're like, oh, I gotta get ready to pay my taxes. I got to get ready to pay my taxes. I got to go fill up my gas tank real quick. What am I going to have for dinner today? It's like, what? The whiplash of it all, right? It's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy. It's a crazy time, y'all. Take care of yourselves. On the real, your hard work is paying off. Thank you. What's the main topic of the evening? We're talking about how blacks are so fucking dumb that we don't know how to get government IDs. That's what we're talking about tonight, sir. Blacks are just too dumb. Women are just too dumb to get government ID. That's the topic of tonight. It's gonna be a very short rant. I don't even have any fucking notes for it because I'm confused. I'm very confused. Let's talk about it. So, excuse the ignorance. I've been very busy lately, y'all. I've been very busy. I've been a bit out of sorts, to be quite frank with you. I've been a bit out of sorts. For those that watch my members only live stream, you understand why I'm really out of sorts lately. So I'm not really in tune with the news, with all the news like I typically am. But I do know that there's something going around called the Saves Act. Listen, again, I'm very ignorant, so please correct me in the comments if I misspeak or say anything inaccurate. But the gist, from what I understand, my very low understanding of the Saves Act is it's to help with preventing election fraud by guaranteeing that people show their IDs in order to vote. Now, on one hand, and this is how, oh my God, I'm like, I don't want to lose my shit. So, first, Democrats would say, well, there's no election fraud happening. That's not happening at all. That's fake. Everyone's using voter ID. Everyone's using IDs. You can't vote without ID, right? So first they say it's not happening. We're now at the point where they say it is happening, that people are voting without IDs, and it's a good thing that we're not requiring IDs to vote. A little bit of context before we get into kind of the back and forth. But Kamala Harris, that dumb cunt, every state she won in the election does not have voter ID laws. Coincidence? I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps. Perchance. Possibly. Maybe. Okay? So, what the Democrats are saying right now, and I watched a couple clips that just really made my brain start to sizzle. You know when like you're frying bacon on a pan and it begins to sizzle? My brain started to sizzle because this woman got on here and said that this Saves Act requiring voter ID would disenfranchise black voters. And I thought that was strange because what does she mean by disenfranchising voters? She went on to say about how people have difficulties getting IDs, and I'm thinking, what? What do you mean people are having difficulties getting IDs? How the fuck are you able to buy your 40-ounce beer without an ID? What? How are you able to catch a flight? How are you able to travel? How are you able to go to the club on a Saturday fucking night? You gotta have your ID for that shit. What? You can't even. Are you going to the casino? Like, do you gamble? You gotta have. You literally have. If you don't have an ID, are you able to drive? I don't know. It's just the idea that black people are just too fucking dumb and poor to be able to get voter ID. Someone needs to make Someone needs to make this argument make sense because in every clip that I've watched, when the Democrat is pressed on how this actually affects people, they never can give an answer. Like they literally they talk in circular speech. They talk in circles and they say, well, this is like Jim Crow era. This is just racist. Requiring voter ID is racist? What? And it gets worse because national polls on this topic, you would think, as strong and as hard as Democrats are pushing this voter ID issue, you would think this would be a very contentious debate among the general public. It's not. 75 to 80% plus across every fucking demographic believes that we should have voter ID laws for our elections. That includes 75 plus percent of black people, 80% plus of Hispanics, okay? I think like 80% of women. It's like across every single fucking demographic, individuals, not politicians, not Democrats, not Republicans. We're talking about average Joe Schmoes. They believe we should have voter ID laws in order to vote in elections. So now y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? Which I don't even take. Listen, I don't even consider being called a conspiracy theorist a slur at this point. Bitch, okay? Yeah, I'm right all the time. Yes, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm right. Yeah, call me conspiracy theorist. I'm right. Sure. That's not a slur to me anymore. Y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist. And here's my conspiracy. The reason Democrats are for no voter ID laws is because it's easier for illegal aliens to vote in elections. Because it's becoming more difficult for illegals to receive identification, right? If they're not stealing, if they're not stealing identities, then they don't have ID, right? A legitimate ID. Now it's all listen, and before you fucking cunts get on here and talk about they're not receiving IDs. Illegals are not receiving IDs. Bitch, you're a liar. Either you're ignorant or you're a liar. Either you're ignorant or you're a liar. Pick one. I don't know which one it is, but pick one. You're ignorant or you're a liar. Okay? We've already discovered that there's been lots of different issues happening at DMVs where you have people on the inside who's being paid. They're being paid by other people to give illegals IDs. So they are getting IDs. We know this. Like most of the Democrat hoaxes out there, first they say it's not happening. Then they say, okay, it is happening a little bit. And then third, they say it's happening and it's actually a good thing that it's happening. So that's how the cycle goes, which is why it's always so fucking difficult to argue with a Democrat on some of these issues because they deny that it's happening. And then they say, well, maybe it's happening, maybe a little bit. And then they finally say, well, actually, yes, it's been happening and it's a great thing that it's been happening. So I don't know where they are in this stage of the whole ID situation, but I find it as a black man. Okay, let me pull the race card. Let me pull the race card real quick. As a black man, I find it to be very insulting that they believe that blacks are unable to get identification. And if you ask this question to random black people on the street, because I've watched those videos too, they will look at you like you have two fucking heads. What do you mean? Do I have trouble getting ID? What? I've watched street interviews where they target black people and they ask them, well, what are your thoughts on getting identification? Do you have identification? Do you have trouble getting identification? Do people in your community have trouble getting identification? And black people always look at these interviewers like, what is fucking wrong with you? I don't know. We don't have issues getting ID. The fuck? So I don't know. Can somebody in the comments make this make sense? Because again, I'm a conspiracy theorist. So y'all know I'm right 90%, 95% of the time. I'm right as a conspiracy theorist. But maybe this is the 5% I'm missing. Maybe this is the 5% that I missed out on. Can someone explain the voter ID situation? How is this Jim Crow? How is this like disenfranchising voters? And if that is really the Democratic position, why does their base disagree with them? Why does their constituents disagree with them so vehemently? Because again, across the board, 75 plus percent of every demographic agrees that we should have strict voter. I won't even say strict because it's not strict. I take that back. No, it's not about having strict voter ID laws. It's about having voter ID laws, period. Having to show your ID to vote is very normal, normie brain type thinking. This is not complicated. So I need to know why Democrats feel differently than their base. And then, second, I need to know why they feel what they feel in the first place. Because no one's been able to explain it to me. So let's read some comments. No ID to vote. What the fuck? Yeah, DJ. Absolutely. Hey, Liam. I just can't understand how any well-read or well-informed Black American could ever vote for a Democrat. Well, I can understand, sir, because look at the Republicans. I can understand that. I can totally understand that. I can say the same thing about Republicans. Now, I listen. I am a conservative-leaning libertarian that would never vote for Democrats in the national or statewide scale. Yeah, I'd always vote for a Republican over a Democrat. But let's not pretend like Republicans are just such this amazing. Don't get me started, sir. Don't get me started because the Republican Party is proving to be the most deranged party, the most demonic in history right now. What they're doing with these Epstein files is beyond demonic and disgusting, vile, and satanic. It is abhorrent. It's abhorrent what Republicans are currently doing right now to prevent the Epstein files from coming out. It's abhorrent. There's no way which round away about it. It's abhorrent. I cannot. Oh my god, I'm like gonna lose my mind. Um, but yeah, black people being on, I'm listen. I'll just say this: as a black person, imagine being beholden to any party in this country. Imagine as a black person being beholden to any party in America. That's wild. Now that is wild. That is very wild. Tuh. Oh my god. Oh, I feel so much better, guys. Listen, this week has been a struggle for me. Actually, it's been a little bit of a struggle for me mentally. I'm picking up my first kettlebell tomorrow, and I think I'm like super. There's a lot of amazing things happening right now, but also like I have like some mental fog and some like self-esteem issues that I'm having to work out right now. But there's lots of great things happening too. I pick up my first kettlebell tomorrow, and I'm super excited about that. Like, I am so the most random things make me happy. It's just like I don't know. I love the fact that I'm easy to please. I love that about me. Like, yeah, I just paid $75 for a 35-pound kettlebell. And it's like the thing I'm looking forward to the most right now. Like, I'm just looking so forward to swinging that 35-pound weight up in the air and walking around with it. It's just like, I'm going to feel so much better, you know? Anyway, back to the, right back to what we're talking about. Um, well, sir, but they spend an untold money on drugs, pop culture, societal issues like abort. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blacks have ID. You need ID for Newports and Hennessy. Hello, that part. Poppy pink eye, that part. Tuh. 40 ounce, 40-ounce beers and brown paper bags, Newports and Hennessy. Bitches got ID. Come on now. Quit playing in my face. Right now, the USA is being flooded with so much and so many different crazy news stories that it's hiding any truth or important stuff, and it confuses people so they don't care anymore. DJ, listen. That is the truest statement I've read all fucking day. Ever since it was revealed that our elite is literally eating human flesh and that we have a pedophilic, satanic ring operation, blackmail operation going on in American elites, they're throwing everything at the walls, honey. I saw reports about fucking aliens. Don't nobody give a fuck about no damn aliens. Are you kidding me? Come take us at this point. You think I give a fuck about aliens? Girl, Trump, listen, Trump is trying to throw everything at the wall right now. That whole racist thing that came out about Trump, that came out too. When he tweeted about Obama and Michelle being monkeys. Listen, basically, I can see them right now saying, well, listen, Trump, if you tell them that you're a racist, maybe they'll distract from the idea and the allegation that you're a pedophile. Maybe they'll distract from that. They're throwing everything at the fucking wall at this point, honey. I'm telling you, they're throwing everything at the wall. Yeah, so of course, they're throwing. Yes, yes, the USA is being flooded by so much news right now. Stay focused, y'all. This Epstein stuff is the biggest story of our lifetime, of our generation. This is the biggest story of our lifetime. Your favorite politicians, your favorite CEOs, your favorite entertainers are eating fucking children. They're worshiping Satan. And you know what they tell you in response? Well, look at the Dow Jones. Well, look at the S&P 500. Motherfucker, the stock market is not indicative of how the average American is doing on an economic scale. The S&P 500, the health of the S&P 500 only benefits corporations. Let's be honest about that. The stock market is not indicative of the economy. Stop with that. That's never been the case. It's never been the case. Don't piss me off. Right, Joe, because it's fucking retarded and insulting as fuck. It is. Shout out to Newports and Henny. Period. Listen, blacks got IDs. Stop. Stop with the foolishness. Oh, come on. There's not even a comparison, show. Not today. Today there is, Leah. The Republican Party has been protecting pedophiles. Yes, there is a comparison today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Republicans today support pedophilia. The party, this GOP, they have been protecting pedophiles. Literally, they've been protecting pedophiles. I don't know anything worse. I don't know anything. Actually don't know anything worse than what's been happening right now, and it involves both parties. It involves both parties. I mean, you've got Bill. I mean, these people. I mean, these presidents are disgusting. They're disgusting, and you've got this administration protecting pedophiles, satanic, human-eating pedophiles. It's wild. This administration will never recover. They'll never recover. I'm never gonna let them recover. Just like I'll never let Biden recover from that COVID bullshit. I'll never let Trump recover from Epstein. Ever, 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 ever. Hey, Awesome Sauce. Cho, they just released 3 million files. Stop, Leah. They did not release 3 million files. You know who released 3 million files? Thomas Massey did. You know why? Because they were forced to with the Transparency Act. Without the Transparency Act, they would have never released a goddamn thing, Leah. No, they didn't release anything. No, Trump did not release 3 million files. And by the way, why would they release 3 million files and not release 6 million files? By the way, why are they redacting? Oh my God, stop. Okay, stop. There is no defensible position of this administration when it comes to Epstein. The facts are not on their side. The Transparency Act, which was brought on by Thomas Massey because Republicans refused to release the files, because the DOJ refused to release the files. They said there was no case. That's what the DOJ said. This is what DOJ said. This is what Trump said. They all said there's nothing more to investigate. Nothing more to investigate, right? That's what they said. Massey said, then release the goddamn files then. They refused. So what Thomas Massey did is he went with Democrats and other Republicans to force a vote to force the DOJ to release the files. In that Transparency Act, the law, this is the law, by the way, because I want to make this clear that Trump's DOJ is breaking the law. They're breaking the law. In that Transparency Act, it says that you have to redact the names of the victims. Are we following? Are we following? You have to redact the names of the victims. What does Trump's DOJ do? They redact the names of the co-conspirators, the people who the justice system deemed as guilty. These are people that they deemed as potentially guilty of engaging in pedophilia. They redacted those names. So tell me this, why would they redact the names of potential criminals who fuck children? Even worse, they failed to redact the names of all the fucking victims. The one goddamn rule they had to abide by, they didn't do that. So not only did they redact the names of alleged criminals who should be investigated, but they then did the worst thing you can do to a victim by revealing their goddamn names and pictures. It's deplorable. And again, this is the Republican administration. This is the GOP. These are the Republicans that's preventing all this shit going on with the Epstein files. These are not Democrats. We can play the game of, but Democrats, they had control for 4 years. Oh, they had control for 4 years. But motherfucker, they don't got control right now. The responsibility is with the people who are in power. And the last time I checked, correct me if I'm wrong, the last time I checked, Republicans have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the goddamn presidency. So I believe in radical accountability at all times. And right now, it's inexcusable what is happening with Epstein. It's inexcusable. I'm not giving this Republican administration an inch. And the worst thing about this is the MAGA base. The worst thing about this is other normal Republicans that I have watched support Trump and support this administration are now backpedaling and pussy popping Now, people who support Trump are calling me a conspiracy theorist. They're calling people like me unloyal to Trump, as if I don't give a goddamn about being loyal to fucking Trump. What? Stop. Stop. It's too much. So no, the Republican Party and the Democrat, like, these parties are disgusting. The parties are equally disgusting. There is no comparison. They are the same. Um, Republicans went absolutely nuts over a halftime show. I don't understand why that was a big deal. The Puerto Rican guy, who's very hot by the way, Bad Bunny. Listen, I don't know Bad Bunny. I don't know Bad Bunny. I don't fuck with Bad Bunny. He's hot. Every time I hear his tunes on like an Instagram reel, I'm like, oh, okay, I can shake my ass a little bit, shake my pussy a little bit. But I don't have any of his music. I don't know. But I didn't think it was all worth that. And then I heard that TPUSA had like their own halftime show and they invited some guy named Kid Rock. I don't know who Kid Rock is either, by the way. I have no idea who any of these entertainers are. I have no idea. Have no idea who these people are. Hey Purple Flower, hey MOP, hey Real Term. The cannibalism news hasn't filtered through to Canada yet. This is the first I'm hearing about it. DJ, I can't. I can't. You gotta read the emails. I know you're a busy man. I know you're too busy of a man to be reading through emails, but just go to jmail.com, or no, jmail.world and search jerky. Read all the emails with jerky in it. I'll just say that. Once I get my internet together, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of Epstein coverage and I'm going to be showing off receipts and connecting the dots for a lot of you guys because I'm not letting this go. We shouldn't let this go. This is disgusting. The imagery, the imagery, I, it's just I like lose my mind. I like lose my mind when I talk about this topic because I feel like I am crazy and I feel like I am the only one that is like really shaken up by this. And I'm like, am I the only one like shaken up by the fact that we have people that are engaging in pedophilia, satanic rituals, and eating people like cannibalism? And what? Wild. It's absolutely wild. We all know that there's a wide network of pedophiles who use coded language to communicate with each other. And if you look throughout the files, you will see two common themes: sex and food. It's undeniable. When you read enough of the emails, you notice these themes: pizza, hot dog, ice cream, um, jerky. We're talking about billionaires. We're talking about billionaires who are vacationing on a private island. And you mean to tell me that they're eating pizza on vacation? They're not using their five-star chefs to feed their guests? Guys, again, you can call me a conspiracy theory. I don't take it as an insult anymore. Not a slur to me. Not a slur. Yes. No, it's not a slur. It's called pattern recognition, honey. It's called judgment. And I have it. Um, it's disgusting, DJ. The image I have, I don't even want to send it to you because you're a father. Um, but they found artwork in Podesta's home. And all these billionaires are, their artwork says a lot. The picture of Bill Clinton in a dress, a blue dress, you know. I mean, it's just they're mocking us at this point. But there's a picture of It's a cartoon of like six different little girls, and they all have their hands tied behind their backs, and it looks like they've been visibly abused. And if you notice, I've posted this in the Discord channel. But if you notice the bottom of the floor, it kind of looks like they could be in a bathroom of some sort, but there's multiple drains beneath their feet. And if you replaced the children's images with pigs, you could totally imagine this being a butchery, a butcher shop, the cold room of a butcher. Coincidence, I'm sure. Coincidence. It's just a coincidence, guys. Don't be fucking conspiracy theorists. It's just a coincidence. Kiss my fucking ass. How about that? Um, hey Austin, how's it going? I mean, the stock market is doing well because of circular trading with AI and software. Listen, listen, y'all. I've been investing in the stock market for a long time. For long-term investors, the stock market is always doing goddamn well. Okay, the longer you're in the stock market, the better off you are. Period. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. The longer you're in the stock market, the better off you are. So, I mean, who gives a fuck about what the stock market is doing today, right? Um, this isn't news here by long. People have been blowing the whistle on this for years, at least 8 to 10. Of course, they were called crazy and totally negated. Yeah, exactly. Leah is listen, and this is why people like Leah and I get so frustrated because us conspiracy theorists like Leah Bobia and my sister and I, we will say some real fucking tea to y'all, and y'all will look at us like we're fucking crazy. You will isolate us. You will call us crazy. You will disenfranchise us from society. You will, take money from us, bankrupt us, make us lose our jobs. You do all this crazy shit because our opinion is just so wacko, so out of there, so tinfoil fucking hat. But then here we go. Here we are, 5 years later. So these days, it's happening a lot. The turnaround's a lot quicker because of technology and the internet. But 10 years later, 8 years later, 5 years later, 3 years later, bitch, we were right. Bitch, we were right. We were right. It's disgusting. Money's the root of all evil. Cho, that's insane. The most you could maybe say is the administration, and I could agree. Mm-mm. Um, nope, Leah. I'm right on this one. And I'm going to tell you why. Because again, I've been looking very closely at what's happening on social media, at least on Twitter, that is. This administration and the Republicans that have been voting against it. Wait, hate Trump all you want, but this is a big brush to paint everyone with. Republicans, yes. This is a Republican issue. And Leah, the reason why is because of this. Because Republicans hold the majority. They hold the majority everywhere. So if the majority of Republicans are against it, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? If the majority of Republicans are backing up Trump, what does that tell you? What that tells you is the majority of the Republicans are protecting pedophiles. They're on Trump's side. They're on Pam Bondi's side. That's what that tells you. It's a broad brush because it's broadly happening in the Republican Party right now. I was using a broader they, not meaning Trump and meaning Republicans, which thanks to Max and others got it fucking released. But I'm not gonna give that to you though, Leah, because there has been a small amount of Republicans going against Trump with releasing these files. It and again, the only reason why these files have been released is because of the law, because of legal demands from Congress, from these factions of Democrats plus some Republicans. Um, I've never said conservative, Leah. I'm not blanking. I haven't said a goddamn thing about any conservatives. I'm talking about Republicans. And yes, I am talking about Republicans because there are Republicans who support Trump and are anti-Massey all over the goddamn nation because of what he's doing. Um, Hi Cipher, what's going on, Cipher? Long time no see. Uh, no, they're not. Republicans are pushing radical ideologies, brainwashing or indoctrinating children, training the kids, killing a million babies a year. We're not the same. They are. They are. I think supporting an administration and supporting Pam Bondi and supporting Trump and covering up rape victims, pedophilia, satanic rituals, people eating other humans, that's pretty damn bad. And call me crazy, Leah, but I don't think I really need to compare transing kids and ideologies and eating cannibalism. Listen, deplorables. They're all deplorables as far as I'm concerned. They're all deplorables. I'm dressed like a Japanese man right now, Leah. That's how I'm feeling, dog. Soft cookies like that are undercooked like crumble or hard. I've never had crumble cookies. What's the big deal with crumble cookies? I hear a lot of like, I hear a lot of chatter about crumble cookies, like, but it's always very extreme. Like, people either love crumble or they hate crumble. And I've never been interested enough to try them. Let's do a poll. Are we loving? Wait, do we love crumble cookies? Yes or no? Did I lose my spot? Okay, no. Wait. Okay, so Leah said that. What about 300 gallons of sulfuric acid he ordered right after he was charged, and it being the only time it was ever ordered to the island? So, Techno, I will say I'm going to try to give these elites the benefit of the doubt, even though I know for a fact that they're demons. But you could say that he was trying to get rid of the bodies, get like trying to make people disappear, like make the evidence disappear. But you could also say that the jerky in the freezer, he wanted to get rid of the jerky in the freezer. I don't know. You don't know. You don't know for a fact, I did hear Elon commented on the acid. If only there were people who have been talking about this for over a decade. It's so insane on Table's turn. Leah, it is crazy. And you know what? I know that I'm coming hard on Republicans right now, but it cannot be said enough. It cannot be said enough that Democrats have been sitting on this information for fucking ever. And the only reason they're pushing the release now is because it gives them political gain. So don't get it twisted, y'all. Don't get it twisted. These these Democrats are just as disgusting because they have been sitting on this information forever, and if not for the political opportunity to stick it to Trump, they would not be talking about goddamn Jeffrey Epstein or children or these underage girls being raped and murdered and killed and disappeared and eaten. They wouldn't give a goddamn about this shit, okay? So don't let them fool you. Do not let these Democrats fool you in that regard, okay? They're frauds. It's crazy. It's just crazy, Leah, that like all of a sudden people care. All of a sudden these Democrats fucking care now. Now you care. And they only care because they think they can stick it to Trump. They think they can stick it to him. Um, Interesting thing, by the way, before I keep reading comments, I will say that a good thing happened with Trump. released some information about how Trump actually ratted Jeffrey Epstein out. He actually ratted him out. Um, and to me, so a lot of people are saying that this is a good thing for Trump. This makes him look better. I think it makes him look worse, and I'm going to tell you why. But so when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in 2008, was it 2008? Yeah, 2008, down in Palm Beach, Florida. Right when he was arrested, Trump called him. No, not called him. He called um, the police chief down in Palm Beach, in Florida, and he's on the phone talking about, you gotta stop him. You gotta stop that Epstein. And look into Maxwell. She's evil. She's so evil to her core. But he's dangerous. Everybody knows how dangerous Epstein is. So that's interesting, right? Interesting that Trump called the police on Jeffrey Epstein. Interesting. Well, okay, I say this. Knowing that Trump did that, that's a fact. Trump did call the police on Jeffrey Epstein to rat him out. They called him extremely dangerous, said that Maxwell was one of the most evil women he knows. Mind you, these are friends of his, by the way. These are friends of his. So he says all this. So why is it? See, this. I just. These politicians lie to you guys so much. And all you have to do is ask simple questions, right? And it will expose how corrupt and evil and demonic these politicians are. So if Trump said all that on the phone to the police, then why is it that in current time he says, well, I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know anything about the guy. Why was it when the news first started coming out about Epstein again, Trump pretended that he didn't know anything about the guy? He met him a couple times and that was about it. Where was that same energy that you had on the goddamn phone when you were calling the police on him? Where was that energy? Oh wait, I know why you said that, Trump, because you wanted to protect him and protect yourself. That's why. Just ask simple questions, y'all. If you ask yourself simple questions and you understand how incentives work, you don't have to have much discussion at all, right? Right? Why would you rat him out and call the police on him about how dangerous of a person he is? And the implication when Trump said he was dangerous, the implication Trump was making was that, of course, what he was being arrested for, everyone knew was going down with the pedophilia and the trafficking of underage girls. We all knew this, right? Trump says to the officer that there was kids in the room, so he got the hell out of there. I think that's the quote. Don't quote me on the quote, but I think the quote was that I think Trump said that he realized there was underage girls somewhere, and so he got the hell out of there. That's what he said, allegedly. So how is it that into current day you have no recollection of all the evil that he's done? How is it that you have literally six different co-conspirators, meaning, translation, co-conspirators meaning that these are people that the FBI and the DOJ believes worked with Epstein to traffic young women. So you have that information, yet you tell the public that you don't believe he trafficked anyone to anyone else outside of himself. Even though we now know that you already knew that he did. It's just, guys, it's just, I don't know how to make this make sense to you guys. It's like the DOJ and this administration have been caught in so many lies. It's just, what? It's crazy. If you don't want to see it, it's because you don't want to see it, right? And a lot of Republicans that I have been seeing on Twitter, they don't want to see it because they're in a cult. They're in the cult of Trump. They're in the MAGA cult. They're a maggot. They don't want to see it because somehow, if their infallible leader is undermined, they take. I feel like people, and this is not just about Trump supporters, this is about people who support politicians in general. Because, motherfucker, I'm not a super fan of no goddamn politician, okay? But I think that when you become a huge fan of a politician, people wrap up their own self esteem, right? And when you attach your self esteem to a politician and that politician is criticized, then you internalize that criticism on them onto yourself. And I think that's my theory of why people are so vehemently defending Trump and his administration against like 2 plus 2 equals 4 and the sky is blue. Like they refuse to see that. They refuse to see that 2 plus 2 equals 4. And it's because their identity and their self esteem is attached to their adoration of this political group of people. That's the problem with politics, y'all. You've got to stop attaching your self esteem to politicians. I hate to get religious here, but you need to attach your self esteem to Jesus, god damn it. Okay? Not these fucking goddamn politicians. That's the problem. That's really the problem. I don't want to get into all that because I try not to talk about religion, but that's really y'all's problem. Okay? If you really want to go there, y'all got too much hope and confidence in these fucking politicians. Um, the drains remind me of that weird room in Epstein's house on the island. Looks like a huge bathroom or sauna. Had like 4 or 5 drains. That's true. Maybe it's just his big, beautiful bathroom. It was rumored that the royal family had blood transfusions constantly from small children to prolong their lives. That butchery image sounds brutal. Oh fuck! Oh my god, guys, I lost the I lost. Wait, I lost where I was. Okay, wait, here I am. Okay, if wait, okay, Leah said that. Da, 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 da. No, I love smoking and putting the tinfoil hat on and watch a show. Listen, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Sorry, facts, Joe, and that's why I always tell people bet. Just wait, one day you'll understand. Listen, Leah and I are right. Leah and I are right like 95% of the time. Sorry to like. I mean, it is what it is. We're right 95% of the time. It is what it is. Um, which was like this: you're talking out of both sides of your mouth on this. You can't say one day that elite all hate us, they aren't like us, and then next day at like every single Republican, every. I never said that though, Leah. I never said that. I never said every single everyday folk are the same as the admin who are all. Nope, I never said that. What I'm saying, I'll make it clear again. What I'm saying is the Republican Party are corrupt. They are demonic. They support Satanists. That's what I'm saying. Because the Democratic Party, they also support this. What we have to understand is that the Jeffrey Epstein debacle didn't just happen the last 4 years. It didn't just happen the last 4 years. This is something that spans all the way back to George W. Bush. This is something that both parties have indulged in for decades. So when I say I'm talking about both parties, I am talking about both parties because both parties are in these goddamn files. And that's what has made it so difficult for it to be released because everyone's in on it. That's why there's been such a vehement push against those who are trying to bring it out. Because you got Bill Gates, we got some of the biggest Democratic funders in the fucking world who are involved in these files. We have sultans from other countries, implicated in these files. We've got Trump's one of his second right hand mans implicated, Lutnick. He's involved. I mean, this spans decades. Like you said, Leah, we've been talking about this shit forever. But I want to clarify. I want to make it clear what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'm miscommunicating because I'm passionate. I'm miscommunicating. What I'm saying is there's a large amount of everyday people who support this administration, who is supporting Trump and Pam Bondi and this DOJ and Cash Patel and what's happening with Epstein. There's a large amount of people who is supporting the president. They are complicit. They are complicit to not call this out. There's no way around that. I have been harassed by maggots on Twitter constantly over Epstein stuff. So, yeah, this is something that is a rot within the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. It goes without saying. It's a rot within the Republican Party, and it's a rot within our society that we have sheep who will follow along with the narrative in order to not have their hurt feelings with the fact that their favorite politician is implicated or their favorite politician is wrong on this particular issue. That's what I'm saying. Um, Hi, Mary Ellen. Hey, Austin. I was saying Pam Bondi was being misleading with her characterization of the stock market when the only reason it's doing what cannibalism existed way before this administration. It's a way of life for some people. Yeah, that's true. And this is why I say not all cultures are equal, not all cultures are compatible, and not all cultures are good. Um, um, I'm not talking about liberals or conservatives, Leah. Again, I'm talking about there's a difference between Republican and a conservative. A Republican is someone who represents a party, an organization. I'm not talking about conservatives or liberals at all. I'm talking about organizations, parties, party affiliations. If you affiliate yourself with the Republican Party, this is their position. The Republican position right now is to support Pam Bondi and the DOJ and Trump and the Epstein files. That's the Republican position right now. That's the Republican position. And there are a lot of people who support that Republican position. So maybe we're playing semantics here. Maybe there's a little bit of semantics going on here. But I'm talking about political party organizational affiliations, and the party line right now is that the Epstein files, they're the most transparent administration in history. That's the party line right now. That's the Republican line right now. Um, Crumble is crazy. New items like every week. Did it just say coming hard on the Republicans? Johanna, we're speaking of a particular type, like ritualistic, usually involving children. That's my whole fucking point. It's hard for me to keep track. I am a fast food type enthusiast now because it's convenient. They want to win it. Now because it's convenient and they want to win the next election. Yeah, I mean, don't get me started, Leah. Don't get me started. These Democrats, listen, it's all performative. It's all performative. But I think my philosophy when it comes to I guess giving my commentary on this stuff is the reason I take it. Okay, let me rephrase. The reason I am taking it easy on Democrats right now, in general, is because they don't have any responsibilities. We voted for Republicans overwhelmingly. They control the House. They control the Senate. They control the presidency. They control the Supreme Court. The entire goddamn nation is controlled by Republican leadership. So, in my opinion, it is more, what's the word I want to use? It is more productive for me to appeal to Republican leadership and to hit them over the head with the bat because they're the cunts who can do anything about anything. Democrats can't do shit right now. Republicans are the ones who you need to take a bat upside the head to because they're the ones in control. Now, when Democrats are running shit, I wouldn't talk shit about Republicans. I didn't say shit about Republicans back when Biden was in the White House. You know why? Because Democrats controlled everything. They controlled everything. I think the only way we can get out of this is by holding the politicians accountable who have control over our lives, right? Democrats are not those people. Democrats right now, they don't have control over our lives. They're not the one making decisions. They're not the one passing bills. It's Republicans. Now, Epstein, the Transparency Act was a little bit different because you have a significant amount of Republicans switching over to make a deal. But in general, Democrats don't have any sway with policy right now. Um, so I think to me, it's almost like a waste of my time to trash them. It's kind of a waste of my time to even trash them. Because what the fuck are they gonna do? They don't give a fuck about me trashing them. They can't do shit anyway. You know what I mean? Um, um, he not only did that, he provided evidence to the FBI twice, did a deposition, and later actually testified against them. I've been saying this. He's either scared, involved, or protecting these sickos. Maybe they got him to somehow between them, and now we'll never know for sure. He's being blackmailed. Trump has most likely done some disgusting things behind the scenes that he's being blackmailed with. You know what I think this is really about, Leah? I think that Trump is also probably, in my opinion, a pedophile. That's my opinion at this point. I think allegedly he's a pedophile, and there's 3 more million files involved. I think when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested, listen, Trump is a lot of things. Dumb, not one of them. Um, I think he threw him under the bus because he knew he had to for survival, right? He was going under. He was a rat, fucking goddamn rat. That's what Trump was, right? Most likely, in my opinion, he was involved just as much as anybody else, right? But if you rat someone out, you can get immunity. You can get immunity for ratting people out. I think that's what Trump did. So that's my opinion. My opinion. I have no facts to back that up. All alleged. It's a conspiracy theory. Um, it's a conspiracy theory. But I think he was involved. He just ratted him out. I think he just um I think he just ratted him out and he's trying to protect himself. But I think what's really happening right now, I think Israel's a lot. I think, listen, oh my God, I need to put that tin hat on my emotes. But I think that Israel is using this issue and the blackmail with Trump to push him to attack Iran. I don't want to get too deep into the paint here, but you guys got to also understand that there's a lot of international and global implications to these Epstein files. And Epstein was involved with a lot of different high profile government agents throughout the world. And it would not behoove me to believe that there is damaging information about Trump, and that is why he's protecting these pedophiles so hard because he's trying to survive. And I'm not giving Trump an excuse, but listen, people are like humans are wired for self-survival. And if Trump did make a mistake, if he made some mistakes or whatever, he's not going to turn himself in. He's going to try to protect himself and protect his legacy and protect his livelihood and protect his family. And so, who knows? He's just playing the hand that he's dealt right now. But that does not take from the fact that what he's doing is demonic in nature, protecting pedophiles, protecting criminals that harm children, who allegedly probably ate children, who perform satanic rituals. It's wild to me. That's wild. That's really, really, really wild to me. Unforgivable. The amount of goddamn from a religious man is making me. Listen, I'm not a religious man. Cipher. Cho, maybe you think you added that concept, but you didn't. That's why I was like, because when I said things like, okay, criticism and even influence, but not every Republican. But I never said every Republican though. I'm talking generally about the Republican Party in general. But that includes a large amount of our general public because our general public, a large amount of them support Trump. They support Pam Bondi. They support Cash Patel. So I am talking about some of those people who I explained their identity and their self esteem is attached to their love for politicians like Donald Trump. We see the same thing involved with people who voted for Obama. They feel like a critique on Obama is a critique on their judgment for voting for him, right? Listen, I'll never be ashamed that I voted for Trump. Why would I be ashamed to have voted for Trump? My my identity and my self-esteem is not attached to who I vote for in a fucking general election in fucking America, where our politicians are, for the most part, corrupt and evil. Sorry, you can't shame me for making decisions like that. You can't shame me. But a lot of people, they get offended. They really get offended when you criticize a politician that they voted for because they feel as though that's an attack on them. I don't feel that way. I just don't. Um, and so, yeah, I am talking about average people who are supporting this administration even in the midst of the Epstein file. So, yeah, Leah, I am talking about some of the population too. I'm talking about some everyday Republicans and maybe they're conservative. I don't know if they're conservative or not. There's a lot of Republicans who are not fucking conservative as far as I'm concerned. But I am talking about some of them. I'm not making a blanket statement that every single Republican or every single conservative or I'm not saying that. Keep reading show. I'm reading. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm voting Green Party from now on. They know how to save my bonsai and the tuna fish, tax my rainwater, and make eco-friendly tires, reduce noise, mosquitoes, and not a lot about politics stuff. Listen, I really can't blame anybody for who they vote for. To be honest, I'll tell you one thing though. I can guarantee you one thing. There's no way anyone in this administration gets my vote. There's no way. And you know what? You know what? Vivek, you lucked out because him getting fired from the administration was the best thing for him. Because if not for that, I wouldn't be voting for his ass either in the upcoming gubernatorial race here in Ohio. Listen, I cannot vote for a single person in the Trump administration. If JD Vance is up there, I'm not voting for him because JD Vance is one of the loudest motherfuckers up there talking about, well, where's that tweet? Let me let me find that tweet. Let me find that tweet because where is the tweet? JD Vance demands transparency on the list of Jeffrey Epstein associates. Quote, JD Vance, seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing. I don't think he thinks that anymore. And then JD Vance's benefactor, Peter Thiel, all in the Epstein files. This is, it's, these people are disgusting. Oh, now he's talking about it. JD Vance just said on the 11th, a couple days ago, It's clear when you look at the files, Jeffrey Epstein hated Trump, and Trump didn't care for Epstein. Doesn't that mean something good? No, it doesn't, because why is he photographed with the man so often? Why is he at all the fucking parties in 4K HD? Make it make sense. Also, it's not so uncommon for sociopaths to have falling outs with one another. I don't know. Maybe Trump fucked the wrong person. I don't know, but I don't think it says much at all. Um. Anyway, I don't want to read. Let me not get distracted. Um. They eat plants though. Sadists. Hey, Dans. What's going on, Dans? Oh my God. So, by the way, can I share some news, Leah? So, my queen moderator, Leah Bobia, is helping me to release some merch. I'm gonna make this announcement. Then I'm gonna go because I got so much shit to do. Um, but I have hired a couple people to work on merch, and Leah is one of the people that's gonna help me to release some merch, and I'm super duper excited. I've got some the idea I have kind of like a series in mind, and it's really abstract what I'm going for, but I think it's gonna be sick, and I think you guys are gonna love it. And I hope it's good. I hope it's really good. I hope you guys like it a lot. I think it's sick. I think it's really cool. I got some simpler designs that we're working on. Um, I got some more convoluted designs, abstract. So I'm really, really excited. I'm hoping maybe by the end of the month we can get some stuff out. Um, the only problem is that I have to do testing, so I have to like buy them. I gotta. There's a lot of shit gotta do, but um, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. And thank you to Leah Bobia for helping me out. She's a godsend. Um, not a cock ring set. DJ still hoping for the cock ring set. I really need to look into. I think I still have a pin in our conversation about the best cock rings to get. Listen, I never tried one. Maybe I ought to try one though. Maybe I ought to try one. I don't know. Maybe I should. And also, we haven't had Leah on the live in a long time. We need to get Leah back on here. Oh my god, yes. So Leah actually designed some emotes. I gotta put okay, wait, stop. I gotta put the emotes on um Twitter and I mean I gotta put them on YouTube and Discord. But Leah did some emojis for us, some emotes. So thank you to Leah Bobia. And also Leah, we need to do another live together, another duo sometime soon. Also, I have oh my god, guys. Oh, I need to update you guys on Breezeline from last Monday. Oh my god, guys. I feel like this is like truly a saga. Maybe tomorrow night we'll start off tomorrow night's stream with a rant part 4 of series. Part 4 of my internet saga. Um yeah, we got to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow or maybe Sunday. I don't know. But there's shit going on. I've got another person coming on Monday morning. The person coming to help me Monday morning is a guy. How do I say this? My partner works in a corporate setting, and my partner found this guy because he's the one who did their corporate office. He set them up with internet, and it's phenomenal. So we're gonna have him come to the house Monday morning. Breezeline is in your future. Stop, Cipher. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Um, that face. What? Why didn't we? Why didn't we do that? Leah, listen. My face tells all. My, I'm a very expressive person. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. My face says it all. Um, but no, we do have to have another live stream together again soon, Leah. You know, we need to talk about the Muslims. Can you okay, do me a favor. Send me some Muslim videos. That sounds so racist. Send me some Muslim videos. Uh, send me some videos so I can do some research into some of the issues because, you know, I feel like we have a little bit of a disagreement, and I think the disagreement is because I'm ignorant. So I'm hoping that you can bridge the gap of ignorance because I know a lot of people have been saying that the threat of extremist Islam, which I'm not gonna say what I thought, but a lot of it's extreme. Um, if that's a lot of it seems kind of extreme. Look at look at their countries. I don't know. Look at the theocracies out there. But there seems to be a hyper awareness of it and a lot of fear about it. And I haven't gotten there yet. And I think I haven't gotten there yet because I haven't experienced it. And also because I feel like it's been isolated to just Dearborn, Michigan. Right? So, or right, maybe I'm wrong. So I would love for that to be the theme of our discussion next, Leah. Maybe I know you already have strong opinions about it, and I love that about you because I know you're gonna tell me what the fuck you think, period. Leah don't give a fuck, right? She's gonna tell me what she thinks, and I love friends like that that's willing to say, Cho, shut the fuck up and listen to me. This is the fucking tea, right? So I think we need Leah for that stream because I just don't think I'm as well aware as I should be. Um, so yeah, we'll have her on soon. So send me some videos so I can do some research. Um, oh, he ready to go full cancel. Girl, you know I don't give a fuck at this point. Oh my god, by the way, I'm getting ready to get paid on the 17th of February. So I talked about this in the members only stream, but I'm so excited that I'm gonna tell you guys publicly. Just a little bit behind. I said I was gonna be gone like 15 minutes ago, but here I am still talking. Oh God, I just miss you guys. I need to stream more often because then I won't go into all these like random rants. Um, but as an influencer, because I still am, I don't feel like an influencer because I don't really push products as often as maybe I should, but I still make a lot of money from affiliate sales. But in the skincare world, specifically with Allies of Skin, which is one of my sponsors, one of my affiliates, um, they don't pay me until 6 months later. I know that probably just got you just now, but and the reason why is a very good reason. The reason why is because Allies of Skin really truly believes in consumer advocacy, and I consider myself to be a consumer advocate. I wholeheartedly believe that individuals should feel 100% confident where they are spending their hard earned dollar, right? And that involves transparency from these companies, transparent marketing, honest marketing. I believe in people being able to get the best bang for their buck, high quality products, et cetera, et cetera. And so I love Alex of Skin because they have a 6 month money back guarantee for all of their skincare products. And that's a long fucking time to have a money back guarantee. But that's a good thing for consumers because sometimes you may buy something, use it a couple months, and then put it down. it takes you time to really use all of the products sometimes. And I just love that Alice Skin gives people a cushion to do that. And so, where the implications are for me as an affiliate is that I can't get paid for sales until after that return policy period ends, right? The reason why is because obviously I could have Leah, I could call my bitch Leah up and say, hey girl, go buy $1,000 worth of Alice Skin products using my link, using my code. I get paid, and then Leah returns the shit, and I give her a cut of my money. Do you know how? You know what I mean? So that's why I can't get paid until the return policy period is done. And so usually I get paid about 4 times um, a year from Allies of Skin, specifically, mostly Allies. I get affiliates from other people, but mostly Allies. And bitch, it's a large lump sum check. And I forgot, I owe it like, every quarterly payment, it's like, I forget it. I forget about it. So I got the email this morning. I was like, what? so, so yeah, I'm getting paid, honey. So I really do think that I can pay people for some artwork and get some stuff together and figure it out for the merch launch. I can pay whatever price I need to get my fucking internet together. Um, I got some money now coming on the 17th that I can really play around with for my business to really expedite some things. So I'm really looking forward to that. Um, no, not really. One tiny town in Texas attempted to institute Sharia law. I saw something about a little bit about that. I don't know, Leo. I still think that's cray cray, but it is cray cray because listen, a bitch don't listen. After making a sale, I forget that I fucking made a sale because getting paid 6 months later for it, it's like what? I forgot all about that. So it's like bonus money. It's like whoa, I got bonus money now to play around with. So I definitely plan on paying artists for the work they've done for me. Um, and what else am I planning on? I think that's internet. If I have to like pay, I got probably got to pay this guy some fucking consulting fee, and he's gonna probably have me buy a new router. So I gotta buy that shit. So like, I got shit to buy. I got things to buy. So the money's right on time. I just want to say this: the money's on time for the community, y'all. The money's on time for the community. So hopefully we'll get some upgrades soon. Okay, we've been ranting and raving all night long. I'm tired. To all the fucking Democrats, the Democratic politicians out there, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you. I have an ID. I am intelligent enough, resourceful enough to go and get my ID in order to vote. Fuck you. My black community, yeah, my fellow blacks, my brothers, my ninjas, they also can get IDs to vote. And they also agree that American elections, like voters should have voter ID laws. Like black people, we agree with that. We believe that there needs to be voter ID laws in place. So fuck you, Democrats who want to flood this nation with illegals in order to steal elections. We know that's what you've been doing, but it ends now. Okay. Um, Send you a plethora of Muslim videos. Yes, give me the Muslim Leah. Give your bitch the Muslim videos. Give your brother the Muslim videos. Okay, I want to see the Muslim videos. Okay, okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for dealing with my crazy. I'm really out of sorts these days. I really am, but I'm excited to get my kettlebell tomorrow. And I'm also going on a really important date with my partner tomorrow. So I'm getting dressed up in a suit and tie. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. I kind of forgot. It's Valentine's Day. And we're not getting dressed because it's Valentine's Day, but it just happens that we're going on a really big date. I'm not gonna say where yet, but um, Okay, anyway, guys. DJ got me. DJ got me. All right, guys. Talk